Holy macadamia nut. This has got to be a historic first, at least in my lifetime. American badass Representative Nancy Mace, man, she just cooks. Actually told off ghetto Jasmine Crockett to step outside after she, and I'm going to show you the whole entire context, belittled her in front of the HOC House Oversight Committee. This happened in the actual session. I'm going to show you the entire context of the video. But first, watch this little clip right here that really kind of lit the fuse. Watch this.
I also want to make it clear that just because someone fantasizes or wants to be dramatic about the idea of someone could be a quote unquote man in a locker room or in a bathroom.
Someone being dramatic about a man being in a woman's bathroom? I just don't understand what is wrong with these hypocrites, aka the Democrats. I mean, Jasmine Crockett is one of the biggest embarrassments, but there's a lot of them out there that are embarrassing. If you saw the Senate confirmation hearing, I did an entire video on the top highlights. I'll leave it at the end cards, but just go to my YouTube channel. You'll check it out. It's just a disaster, an absolute. It's just one disaster after another. I just don't understand how many times we've said this. And the mandate that was set on November 5th, look, do whatever you want in the privacy of your own home. You want to identify as a squirrel from Mars? Go right ahead. You want to identify as whatever? Nobody cares. Nobody really cares. But why are you shoving it down the throat of everybody in society? Why are you shoving it down the throat of our children? I'm a father. I've got a daughter. Why do you want our girls, our daughters, our mothers, our wives? It's already hard enough, this thing called life. There's already enough sickos and whack jobs out there. Now you're taking away the sanctuary of them just going to the bathroom in privacy and peace? And she's belittling it and marginalizing it. And by the way, Representative Nancy Mace is a former RAPE victim. And I mean, of course she's going to be livid. Watch this clip.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Again, I don't know what's going on today. I find it extremely rich and offensive. So we're talking about civil rights. I'm the former ranking member on the Civil Rights Subcommittee, something I believe in civil rights and civil liberties of all Americans. And we were talking about infringement of individual people. Also, quote, the right to privacy of individuals. Coming from a party that can't define what a woman is and won't give women the right to privacy. You all want men with penises, chicks with dicks, in the bathroom with us. You want women to be forced to undress in front of men in the locker room and in dressing rooms. And it's so hypocritical for you to sit here and say and be, screaming from the rooftops about the right to privacy and civil rights when you don't respect women. And you don't respect women who've been raped, women who are victims of sexual abuse. And you want me, a victim of rape, a survivor of rape, to go into a locker room and be forced to undress in front of a man? You have to be effing kidding me. So I don't want to hear about you talk about rights, individual rights, civil rights, because you can't find the courage from the 60s to fight for women all around America, fight for women like me, every single woman. And as a rape survivor, I shouldn't have to explain to you why women have rights and why women, when we're in the bathroom, when we're in the locker room, when we're in a dressing room, why I don't feel safe when there is a man. And the fact that we're going here and we're going to say all these things is the ripeness of hypocrisy on the Hill. People need to tell the truth. And if we're going to talk about the rights of individuals, we have to talk about it. Everybody has rights, including women. And at some point, men are infringing on the rights of women. We just had it today. We just had a vote about protecting women and girls in sports. And I believe it wasn't one, it was two people from the Democrat Party who voted to protect women's rights in sports today. Two, yeah. So this is, Mr. Chairman, this is a deeply offensive conversation to me today. We want to talk about real freedom. Women have freedom in this country. Women have the freedom to go to a private women's only space and not see a man in it. Women have the right to change and not be feared that somebody with their sexual perversion, someone who's confused about their gender, we have the right to feel safe in these spaces. We have the right to know that we're not going to have trans people filming us in the bathroom. How many of these trannies are taking selfies? These men are taking selfies in women's spaces, in the bathroom. It's gross. It's disgusting. So if we're going to talk about civil rights, let's talk about the rights of women in this country and how you are stripping them away every single day. And you're doing it in your legislation. You're doing it in your messaging. You're doing it on X. You're making women feel unsafe in this country. And you're making the opportunity for women and girls to be raped, to be sexually abused in this country, even greater than they've ever been. So don't come over here with your attitude and talk to me about rights when you're trying to take my rights as a woman, a rape survivor, away.
Amen, sister. Amen. Again, is this radical? Is this extreme? Is this supernatural? I don't think it is. I think this is a part of what we all as Americans, this is the reason why Trump won on November 5th. He got the mandate. He won every single swing state. He won the popular vote. He won with J.D. Vance. We all voted for this. And one of the top pillars of his agenda was to end this transgender lunacy infecting our sports, infecting our institutions, infecting our children's schools, infecting the ideologies that are being propagated all over where our children are present, including things like Disney and the films that they see as kids. I mean, it's infected culture. This is what we all voted against. And then here was a woman, I think, Jasmine Crockett's response. And tell me at the end of this clip if you don't feel Nancy Mace was justified in saying this. Nancy, you're a badass. I love you, girl. Watch this.
Somebody's campaign coffers really are struggling right now. So she gonna keep saying trans, trans, trans so that people will feel threatened. And child, listen, I want y'all to tell me whether or
Do
not.
not call me a child. I am no child.
I want
Don't
to
even
find
start.
out
I am a grown
which
woman.
of those
I'm 47 years
emails
old. I have broken
actually
more glass ceilings than you
Chairman,
ever
I
will.
am reclaiming my
Let's go.
time.
You will not do that. I
Order.
am not a
Chairman,
child.
I am reclaiming my time.
If you want to take it outside, we
Mr.
can
Chairman,
do
the
it.
committee is not
Okay.
in order.
Order.
Point of order. Point of order.
Order.
Wow. I mean, first of all, Jasmine Crockett is a national disgrace. She is a national disgrace. She's an embarrassment. Not only did she absolutely belittle and marginalize Nancy Mace, her position, calling her overdramatic and calling her somebody who's trying to use and politicize this to gain points or some kind of ridiculous hypotheses that she has. But she consistently goes on MSNBC. She consistently posts on X to her hundreds of thousands of followers. And she consistently repeats the same words, vernacular, and coordinated talking points that her and her entire Hippocratic Party implemented during the election cycle, which handed them a gigantic L. She is a national disgrace, a woman doing that to another woman. And this is even more disgraceful right here. This is what Nancy Mace was referring to in that previous clip. This, thank God, just passed the House. This is a Right to Protect Girls in Sports Act that, I know that Riley Gaines was a huge proponent of, Nancy Mace, as well as many others. I want you to look in that middle section on your screen right now and see 206 ratty, vile, repulsive Hippocrats voted against protecting our daughters, protecting our wives, protecting the people that we love. Why even have women's sports? What's the point of women's sports if we're going to let men compete with our daughters? We learn nothing from the mandate. We learn nothing from how the American people have resoundingly made their voices clear, saying we're sick and tired of all of this lunatic radical, extreme woke ideologies. We saw a grown man in the Olympics this past summer beat up not one, but multiple women. And then instead of going to jail, he was awarded a gold medal, if you can believe that. And these guys want to continue this. Thank God there was at least two of you rat vermin who had enough sense to get this passed through the House. It's going on to the Senate, where I'm very, very hopeful that it will pass there as well. Whoever these 206 Democrat absolute filth garbage, whoever you are, I hope your sleep for the rest of your days is riddled with nightmare after nightmare after nightmare. You do not deserve a minute of peaceful sleep. I hope you wake up drenched in sweat and you have zero energy the next day and you are addled with fatigue for all of your days walking this blue-green earth. You should be ashamed of yourself. You don't have any backbone, any spine. It makes zero sense that men biologically, anatomically, should be competing with women. That has nothing to do with Republican, Democrat. It has to do with science, which you guys are all about, right? Trust the science. This is anatomically 100% logistically accurate and sound methodologies that men biologically have an edge over women anatomically. Muscle structure, ligaments, tendons, etc., skeletal girth, etc. But no, you guys have this parasitic, cancerous DEI virus in your brains, and it has rooted itself deep. And for some reason, you want to take that narrative all the way to the grave. God have mercy on your souls, because I don't. The last thing I just want to say is just to kind of reiterate, look, this is a free country. I love my country. I am so happy that we are back. We're going to get practicality back. The mission of this channel is to make common sense go viral. Help me right now by tapping that thumbs up. It costs you nothing. Share this. Leave a comment. Don't leave any links. Don't leave any personal ad hominem attacks, because it goes straight to spam. But I genuinely want to hear from you. What do you think of all this? What do you think of Jasmine Crockett? What do you think of Nancy Mace? What do you think of what I said about the 206 rat Democrats who voted against protecting our daughters in sports? I can't wait to get your comments on this. Help me make common sense go viral, because they're not going to stop. They've proven it. Even though they lost, I mean, resoundingly they lost, they're never going to stop. So I can't wait to hear from you. Let me know. Also, don't forget to check out that video coming up right now on the screen that we just posted today, the Hegseth confirmation hearing. I got the top highlights. Tap my face right there to subscribe and follow. It's absolutely free. And as always, may God bless you and may God bless America. Also, pick up one of these, link in the pinned comment, show notes, and description. Love you.